You all have found a way to help people just use their minds and make things happen. Let me start at the beginning here. I guess, how are you able to do that? And we want to let people know you have the phone up to your ear just to make sure you can hear us okay and we can hear you. But you tell us, how are you all able to get people just with their minds to make things happen?
Well, your brain is fundamentally an electrical organ. So as nerves are passing signals around, they're generating electrical current. And using something like an antenna, we can place one on the forehead, and we can actually read the electrical field that's being generated by your brain. Now, just like in the world around us, there's hundreds of radio stations being broadcast all the time. And if you use a sensitive antenna and you tune it to the right frequency, you can actually pick up the volume on one of those radio stations and music comes out. Well, with your brain has some radio stations just like that, where if you analyze a certain frequency bandwidth, the amount of energy in that will tell us how concentrated someone is or how relaxed they are.
Now, your company, Interaxon, what have you all been able to come up with? What kinds of products, essentially, that you can get people to control with their minds?
Well, we're just actually beginning development on our first product, but we've created a whole suite of demonstration applications and some applications for clients, some custom applications. So most recently, we created an in-flight entertainment system where people could play one of 4 different games just using their brainwaves. And we demonstrated that at the On the Wings of Innovation conference in Windsor earlier this year. We've also created a levitating chair where a person can sit in this chair and using their brainwaves lift themselves up to the ceiling. We made a brainwave-controlled slot car. We just try and make the funnest and coolest things we can because it helps us learn a lot more about the interaction and the different types of things that are possible with this technology.
Now, and you talked about radio waves and frequencies, and you said our brain has one to tap into. So to use this type of technology, do you have to wear some kind of an antenna or a helmet or a headset or something?
Yeah. What we have, I have one right here, actually. It's a headset, and you can see it's got a little arm on the front. So here, I'll put the phone down and I'll put it on for you for just a second.
Okay.
As you can see there, it touches my the forehead just right where there, and that's what actually reads the brainwaves.
Now, how far could we take this? You talked about some simpler applications or some more personalized applications for certain clients, but how widespread could you take this? Could we see one day we're controlling just about everything in our house, the television, changing the channel, or whatever it may be?
That's our dream. Certainly, that sort of technology is a number of years away, but we definitely believe that this is a technology that could become an integral part of people's everyday lives. You can imagine a home that can understand how you're feeling and change the lights or the music to match your mood, or your iPod could develop a playlist. If you're in a bad mood, it knows to play some up-tempo music.
Yes, it can read moods. That's a separate thing I was going to ask you about next. You also have technology that can literally, you don't have to tell it what to do. It can read what kind of mood you're in and then pick something you might like.
Well, I mean, again, this is very early stages, but there is work that's being done where people are able to detect different emotions. So you could tell if someone's happy or sad or frustrated. And we're hoping that as that goes forward, we'll be able to build the software that will be able to interpret those moods and to understand what kind of responses would be appropriate to the moods. So this is the kind of direction that we'd like to go with it.